everyone, it's Ritzy with Vivid Kids and welcome back for another story. Today's story has a really important lesson that we could all learn from. So here's the story of a sun. A wealthy man and his son loved to collect rare works of art. They had everything in their collection from Picasso to Raphael. They would often sit together and admire the great works of art. When the Vietnam conflict broke out, the son went to war. He was very courageous and died in battle while rescuing another soldier. The father was notified and grieved deeply for his son. About a month later, just before Christmas, there was a knock at the door. A young man stood at the door with a large package in his hands. He said, "Sir, you don't know me, but I am the soldier for whom your son gave his life. He saved many lives that day, and he was carrying me to safety when a bullet struck him in the heart, and he died instantly. He often talked about you and your love for art." The young man held out his package. "I know this isn't much. I'm not really a great artist, but I think your son would have wanted you to have this." The father opened the package. It was a portrait of his son, painted by the young man. He stared in awe at the way the soldier had captured the personality of his son in the painting. The father was so drawn to the eyes that his own eyes welled up with tears. He thanked the young man and offered to pay him for the picture. "Oh no, sir, I could never repay what your son did for me. It's a gift." The father hung the portrait over his mantle. Every time visitors came to his home, he took them to see the portrait of his son before he showed them any of the other great works he had collected. The man died a few months later. There was to be a great auction of his paintings. Many influential people gathered, excited over seeing the great paintings and having an opportunity to purchase one for their collection. On the platform sat the painting of the sun. The auctioneer pounded his gavel. "We will start the bidding with this picture of the sun. Who will bid for this picture?" There was silence. Then a voice in the back of the room shouted, "We want to see the famous paintings. Skip this one." But the auctioneer persisted. "Will someone bid for this painting? Who will start the bidding? 100? 200? Another voice shouted angrily, "We didn't come to see this painting. We came to see the Van Goghs, the Rembrandts. Get on with the real bids." But still the auctioneer continued, the sun, who will take the sun?" Finally, a voice came from the very back of the room. It was the longtime gardener of the man and his son. "I'll give $10 for the painting." Being a poor man, it was all he could afford. "We have $10. Who will bid 20? "Give it to him for 10. Let's see the masters." $10 is the bid. Won't someone bid 20? The crowd was becoming angry. They didn't want the picture of the sun. They wanted the more worthy investments for their collections. The auctioneer pounded the gavel. "Going once, twice, sold for $10. A man sitting on the second row shouted, "Now let's get on with the collection." The auctioneer laid down his gavel. "I'm sorry. The auction is over." "What about the paintings?" "I am sorry. When I was called to conduct this auction, I was told of a secret stipulation in the will. I was not allowed to reveal that stipulation until this time. Only the painting of the sun would be auctioned. Whoever bought that painting would inherit the entire estate, including the paintings. The man who took the sun gets everything. God gave his son 2,000 years ago to die on a cruel cross. Much like the auctioneer, his message today is, the sun, who will take the sun? Because you see, whoever takes the sun gets everything." Hey everyone, it's Ritzy with Vivid Kids, and today I have a special guest. This is Mr. Greg Mitchell, also known as my husband. So he's here to help us out with today's questions on the story. So, Mr. Mitchell, did you like the story?
It was a very good story. It's a very moving story, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah. All right. That's awesome. Yeah. So there's kind of a little bit of a plot twist going on here towards the end with, the painting of the sun. Some people wanted to buy it. Actually, nobody wanted to buy it except for one person. And who was that?
Yeah, that was our gardener. So yeah, a longtime friend.
Of who?
Of the parents. Or, I mean, that's where he worked at their house all the time. So, yeah, he knew the dad.
So he knew the dad, and do you think he knew the son as well?
Yeah, I'm sure he knew the whole family. So yeah, longtime friend.
So that makes a difference, right? So why do you think he was the one who bought the painting?
To me, it seems like he wanted the painting just for more sentimental value. It obviously meant a lot to him. He had $10 to his name, and he's pretty much spending half or all of his money for it because he knew what it meant to him. He knew the story behind it and who painted it, and it was just something like an heirloom in within the family, and he wanted to keep it as a keepsake.
So would you say it was more of a sentimental type of value?
Yep, had a lot of sentimental value to him.
Awesome. So in the story, the gardener bought the painting, and then the rest of the other paintings, which were great names like Picasso and Rembrandt, really famous painters, their paintings are worth millions of dollars. Some of them are in museums. They were going to be auctioned off afterwards. And that's what the people there really, really wanted, was those really famous paintings. However, when the gardener bought the painting of the sun, he ended up inheriting everything else, which was the stipulation in the will. Do you think that was fair?
I mean, yeah, it's fair. That's what was written down in the will, really. So, I think a lot of times you don't get everything that you think you're gonna get. So, I mean, to me it was fair. Those people were there for more of they were kind of wanting to make money, it seemed like. So there wasn't a lot of sentimental value to them. But that's what it meant to the father, that you're going to get all of these things that are worth value if you buy the thing that's most valuable to me. So, yeah, I thought it was very fair.
All right, well, good to know.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think the lesson of the story here is? What do you think the lesson that we need to learn, that our takeaway from this, so to say?
To me, it's the things that are of the most value to you on a personal level. Not everything should be revolved around money. There's things in our lives, within our families, that we should be focusing on, and not necessarily all about the value of money. Money only goes so far. So, yeah.
There was another part to the story that was mentioned at the end. This painting of the sun, it really represents something else, right? It represents Jesus and everything that he did to us. At the end, there's this little line that says, like Jesus who died for us, thousands of years ago, whoever takes the sun takes it all, right? And in this case, it was quite literal. Whoever took the painting of the sun got to take everything else, all the other famous paintings, and he probably inherited millions of dollars. Same for us. We might not have inherited millions of dollars with Jesus, but we definitely inherited eternal life through Christ who died for us, right? So whoever gets the sun gets to take it all. Well, thank you so much for being with us today and, taking time out of your busy schedule.
Busy.
For this interview. We really appreciate it. We appreciate your insights into this story. And till next time, thanks so much. Bye.
Bye.